and welcome back to the Graceful Tangle YouTube channel. I'm Amy Kate and I am so excited to share this video with you guys today. I'm going to be talking about everything that I made for Christmas 2021. I'm really excited to film this video. It's going to be a little bit of a special one, the last one for 2021. So happy December 31st because that is the day that you'll be seeing this. For me, today is Christmas Eve. So I have all of my handmade gifts done except one, but I'm actually going to go ahead and show it because I have some time right now to film this video, but today's going to be pretty crazy, and then of course the next week is just full a family time, and so I wanted to go ahead and film this video. So the point of this video is to of course show you everything that I've made, and I also wanted to bring a little bit of inspiration if you want some Christmas gift, handmade inspo for next year. Maybe this video will give you a few ideas for some of your favorite people in your life to make them some handmade things. For me personally, making gifts for other people is one of my absolute favorite things to do and favorite ways to show that person that I care about them. We all know that knitting or crocheting something for somebody else, depending on the project of course, but it generally takes quite a bit of time, and so time is valuable, and I think it's really special to be able to make something for somebody and choose every little piece of that project in their name, and it just brings me so much joy. So I did go back a little bit this year because, you know, stress also matters, and it can be stressful, but that's not the point, and that shouldn't be the goal behind it, of course. So let's go ahead and hop into it today. I'm going to be showing you each thing individually. There's going to be some repeats because I made a lot of one thing for all of my aunts, so you will catch on to that very quickly. But yeah, I'm excited. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show is a pair of socks. So also some of these projects that you will see, you have seen in my latest podcast episodes if you have been up to date on those. So you've actually seen almost all of these projects except a couple, so hopefully that doesn't matter to you, but again, this video is to provide inspiration. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hop into it. So first gift that I made is for my best friend. These are a pair of socks, of course. So I mentioned in my last podcast episode that this year is the first year that I have knit a couple of pairs of socks for people outside of my immediate family, and it has just been so special. I learned to knit socks in 2020, and it has been a goal of mine ever since I started knitting. I have always wanted to knit socks. I have always wanted to be, you know, one of those knitters who just always has a pair of socks on their needles with special yarn. It's just absolutely one of my favorite things to knit, and I'm so excited that I can finally do so. So now I have, you know, a whole bunch of sock patterns out there. I am always coming up with more, and then it's just absolutely thrilling. So anyway, these socks are for her. I use Knit Picks Hawthorne Kettle Dye. This is the colorway Conifer, I believe. It's a really beautiful green. She loves green, and I think these are going to be perfect for her. I'm hoping they fit. Fingers crossed. So far, I've done pretty well with making socks with other people fit-wise, so I'm really hoping that that streak continues and that I just continue to improve and get better at it. But yeah, I'm really excited. One thing that I did do for all of the socks that I am gifting other people is a stretchy cast on. So I tend to knit my socks cuff down. Actually, so far that is the only, minus a couple of pairs that I knit for myself. That's the only method that I have used to knit socks, cuff down. I just really love it. I really like the technique. That is not to say that I will never knit a pair of toe-up fingering weight socks. I'm sure I will. It's actually a goal of mine to do just that. But for now, I've just stuck with cuff down. And one of the hardest things about that is the cast on. You want to make sure that it's stretchy enough. So my little tip, the thing that I always do, I cast on both needles. So I hold both needles together using the magic loop technique. Cast on all of the stitches. In this case, it was 56. And then I take one of the needles out, and so all of those stitches are very loose. And then I treat it like normal, divide them in half, etc. You can do, you know, there's a whole bunch of stretchy cast-ons out there, but that's just the one that works for me. And so for all of the gifted socks, that's what I do because I want them to be as easy to get on as possible. For my personal socks, the ones that I knit for myself, I actually don't do that. I really like having a tight cuff up at the top. I want it to be able to go over my heel easily, but I also really like it to actually stay on my leg once it's there. And so I've decided not to do that for mine. But again, for everybody else, I do that. And I think it's just a really simple feature that makes them a little bit better. And as you can see, there's also zero flaring that happens, which is also really important to me because I really don't like flaring. So anyways, I really love these. I cannot wait to give all of these gifts away. I'm just really excited about them. But yeah, so these are for her. And also for most of these, I have for her and everybody in my immediate family, I have a little store-bought gift to put alongside it as well. So that's another thing I really like doing. But anyway, so that is that gift. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and show the one that I haven't finished yet because it's right up at the top of my basket here. So this is a shawl that I'm making for one of my cousins. I am absolutely loving this project. It is just not quite done yet. Now, this Christmas gathering is actually today. It's December 31st, the day that you will be seeing, or the day that this video will go live. So I actually have exactly a week to get this done. Now, I'm hoping to get it done today, but like I said, I wanted to go ahead and film this video because I have the time to do so. And yeah, this just isn't quite done. But you can probably imagine what it's going to look like. I have made over half of it now. I am decreasing currently, so you can see right here is the point, and then I have just started decreasing. So this is the, oh, I forgot to mention, this pattern is my Success Socks pattern. It is my beginner-friendly vanilla sock pattern. I have knit this pattern countless times myself, but it is free in my Ravelry shop and on my blog if you are curious. So highly recommend that if you are itching to make some socks for other people as well. Okay, anyway, little tangent there, I apologize. But this is the Blue Ridge shawl. This is a pattern by Kay of K Crochets. She's one of my absolute favorite makers and just friends to follow on social media as a whole. I'm just so grateful for her. But this is one of her patterns, and I absolutely love it. It is originally designed to use 3 colors, and you kind of fade them together throughout the shawl. I love the look of that, and it is so beautiful. I crocheted one earlier this year that used 3 colors, and it was so much fun to do. But for this one, I wanted to do a solid color version. I thought she would really like this color, and it would be really wearable for, you know, going to school and throwing over a coat or sweater or anything like that. So that is my intention behind this project. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So it's getting there. It's just not quite done yet. This is the only one out of all of these. All of the handmade gifts this year, this is the only one that's not done, which is great if you ask me. Okay, so this is Knit Picks City Tweed DK in the colorway Plum Wine. This is one of my absolute favorite yarns. I love the tweedy bits. I've mentioned before how much I love tweed, and that has never, well, has not, and probably will never change. I just really, really enjoy this yarn. So I will most likely have a skein or 2 left over. I am 100% planning on making myself a pair of socks or a hat or something with this, because I think this colorway is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very excited to finish this. It is Tunisian crocheted, which is really fun. So yes, love this pattern. Highly recommend it if you are wanting to make someone a shawl for yourself. Okay, let's see. Next up, I made a few stuffies for my brothers and dad, and I'm trying to talk a little bit quietly because they are in the house and I do not want them to hear me say this. But this one is for my oldest younger brother. I have 2 brothers. This is for the first one. It's a koala. Oh my goodness, guys. I had so much fun making this. And it is so stinking cute. So I made 3 stuffies. They were all from the same designer, the Loopy Lamb. Her patterns are absolutely incredible. If you are looking for some faux fur amigurumi designs or just amigurumi designs as a whole, I highly recommend her patterns. They're all free on her blog, but then she also has PDFs if that is what you prefer to work from. They are absolutely amazing. Like, she just writes so clearly. Amigurumi is not my favorite thing to make. I don't enjoy the seaming process and stuffing it correctly and all of that. It's just not my favorite thing to do as a maker. but she writes her patterns so simply that it's really, really fun. So had a blast making these. Like I said, this one is for my brother. All of these use we crochet fable fur, just one strand of fable fur, and about one ball of each. So it's pretty crazy how far one ball can go. Anyway, here is the koala. He's super cute. And then I also made a sloth. Oh my gosh, I just can't even with these. I cannot wait to see their faces when they open these gifts. But yes, so here's this one. He's super fluffy, which was my intent. It's not exactly how the pattern was designed, but I wanted mine to be. And so that is very much intentional on my part. I just want him to be able to like sit and kind of flop around. And I think he's gonna do just that. He's also very secure, I will say. So, he's floppy, but nothing is gonna fall off, which is always nice, right? Anyway, so he is super cute. And then last but not least, the one for my dad, which was the first one that I did, and it is this cute little bear. My hope is that he can just sit on his work desk. He has quite a few stuffies on his desk already that I have made over the years. And so it's really special to be able to add to that collection a little bit. But yeah, I love all of these. Like I said, I had so much fun making them. And I am very excited to use fable fur again. Actually, in the coming year, in January, I'm going to be crocheting a faux fur cardigan, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So stay tuned for that because I cannot wait to get that design rolling. It's going to be incredible. Okay, next for my sister, I made this rug. Now, this is something that I have not shared on the podcast. Actually, in all honesty, I completely forgot in the last episode, but that's okay. So this uses knit collage. It was my first time using this yarn. I was gifted it by a friend, and it was just so special to be able to use a skein of it. But as you can see, it's pretty crazy. So all of these little flowers and sparkles, these little like sequin flowers, they're all in the yarn, which is absolutely insane. So you kind of have to choose a good project to feature all of those beautiful additions. And I thought this was the perfect one. So my sister has American Girl dolls. She has a big dollhouse in her room that features them. And I wanted to make her a rug for it. So I thought this would be the perfect yarn. I'm really excited to give this to her and see her reaction. She actually saw the little leftover ball that I had in my bin and commented on it. So I think she's going to really like it. I'm excited. I just literally crocheted a circle. Like I used a little blog post on how to make a perfect circle, which is when you are offsetting increases so that it forms a circle and not like a hexagon. And it totally worked. So I really love this. Turned out cute. It was super quick to make. And yeah, I really, really love it. I love all of these. I'm so excited to gift them. Okay, next up is a cowl for my other cousin. This is very bulky, but I think it's super, super cute. So this is the Celebration Braided Cowl. It is a pattern by Nativity. I highly recommend this pattern. If you are wanting to make a cowl, but you are in a time crunch, or you have some bulky yarn that you want to use up, or you want to do a little bit of cables, I can't recommend this pattern more. It is so cozy, but also super, super quick to knit. You can also easily adjust it. So I just followed the pattern and made a single loop cowl, but you could also make it like really, really long, and it could be more like an infinity scarf. You could even leave it unseamed and flat and just turn it into a really long scarf. So it's really fun how you can kind of turn this pattern into anything that you want it to be. But I love how this version came out. So I use Cascade Pacific bulky yarn for this. Super bulky yarn, size I think 13 needles if I remember correctly. So yeah, it worked up super quick. It took me just a little bit to get the hang of the pattern repeat, but I'm very pleased to say that I did not mess it up, which I was really nervous about. But I didn't, and it turned out really cute, and I think she's gonna love it. I live in Alabama, so this is a pretty heavy thing to give an Alabamian because it just does not get super cold here. We rarely ever get snow. It is very chilly in the mornings this time of year, but then in the middle of the day it heats up a lot. But she's pretty cold-natured, so I think this is a really good thing to give her. I think that's something that she's going to be able to use. It can easily, be paired with a coat to keep you really warm, but you could also wear it with something like I'm wearing, like this long sleeve t-shirt or a sweater, something along those lines, just to add a little bit of warmth around your neck. Another really good thing, a lot of sweaters have an open neck. That isn't really my style. I like more crew necks like this shirt that I'm wearing. But if you have a lot of those shirts, it's really good to have a cowl or something like this to put over your neck to keep your neck warm this time of year. So that was my exact thought behind making this for her. And I think she's going to love it. And like I said, I absolutely love making it. Cables are just so beautiful. And definitely one of my favorite things to knit up. I have a few patterns that feature cables myself. And yeah, they're just always so much fun. So highly recommend that pattern. Okay, next up, I have one more specific gift and then lots of duplicates. So the last thing that I made for my mom is a little nativity scene, and I just dropped baby Jesus. Okay, so this is the crochet nativity scene by Whistle and Ivy. This is something that I have been wanting to make for years and years. I went into a little bit more detail about it in my latest podcast episode, in episode 85. So if you are curious, be sure to check that out because this was featured as a finished object in that episode. But I have kept it really small this year. And then next year and the year after, I'm going to be growing it just a little bit with the wise men and the shepherds. So this year, I just made Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus. So here is Joseph. All of this uses a We Crochet palette in various colors. I don't remember all of the names, so I apologize for that. But it's very easy to just kind of pick a few of your favorite colors and, get going. I wanted a more rustic theme, but you could also, do it jewel toned or whatever other colors that you love. It's really beautiful. The nativity scene, especially this crocheted one, is just meant to symbolize and remind us of the most important moment in history. So it's not 100% accurate, we know that, but it's so beautiful and such a beautiful memory to be able to, remember and hold dear to our hearts. So I'm really excited to give this to her for that reason. And then here is Mary, and she's just so beautiful. She's kneeling, so that's why there is this, lump. I actually put a little glass marble in each of these to use as a little bit of a weight, and it kind of worked. Not super well, I will admit. Bethany of Whistle and Ivy, the designer of this pattern, actually recommended using a washer. That would have been a really smart move, but I did not have any washers, so I went with what I had, and it is going to work. It's totally going to work. Okay, so here's Mary and Joseph, and then this is little baby Jesus, which is absolutely adorable, and then, of course, the manger. So I absolutely love making this for her. I've been planning it for years, and it was just so special to finally be able to bring it into fruition this year, and I think she's going to love it, and I'm really excited to gift it to her. Okay, the last gift is one of my own patterns, and this is something that I was planning on making this year. It's actually something, again, that I've been wanting to make for years, and that is ornaments. So ornaments in our house are full of memories. It's really special to be able to decorate our tree and to remember all of those moments where we made those ornaments or bought them, or what they may symbolize. And it is just really, really special and one of our most favorite traditions that we have. And so I've been wanting to make ornaments for years. I've made a few in the past. I made a couple of snowflakes here and there, just some little things like that. But this year I designed a crocheted Christmas bauble ornament pattern, and it is free on my blog if you want to check it out. I also have a YouTube tutorial about it, so you can definitely check those two things out. Maybe this is something that you will want to make for Christmas 2022 or any Christmas after that. And it would also be a really easy thing to make throughout the year and then have a big stock come the Christmas season. So what I did is make sets of 3 for all of my aunts and my grandmother to gift at our family gathering in a little while. So I made a whole bunch of sets like this. Some of them have one of each color. I have a here. Some of them have one of each color. Some of them have 2. I made almost all of these yesterday, and I actually ran out of the green. So not all sets are the same, but I think that is really special, and I actually love it. So yeah, they're all a little bit different. I love all of these, and I think a set of 3 is a really fun thing to do. Again, all of this is a ricochet palette yarn, so I just chose a white, a red, a blue, and a green, and I modeled the white with all of the different colors. You could also do solid color, you could do any colors that you want. You could keep with, the aesthetic of what your tree may be, if you have one. But I just love these, and this, honestly, this right here is a really cool picture too. So anyway, I love these. I am so excited to gift them. Again, it's like a little something handmade to add to a stocking, and I think that is really, really special. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to mention in this video is my Christmas sweater. So I have designed the Efficient pullover. This is going to be a pattern that is coming out early January. Well, hopefully early January. It would definitely be January as a whole, but maybe closer to the middle of the month. But anyway, the point is, I designed the Efficient cardigan late last year in 2021, and now I'm going to be releasing the pullover version here in just a couple of weeks, and I'm very excited about it. So as the prototype or first sample of the pattern, I decided to use a really pretty red color to dub it the name My Christmas Sweater. So here's what it looks like. It is on a hanger right now. I am obviously not currently wearing it, but I love this sweater so much. So I used Ricochet Brava Bulky in the colorway Wine. Like I said, this is the most perfect fit sweater. I love it so much. I'm very excited to make myself a second sample here in just a little bit before the pattern releases, and I am pumped about it. So this is such a cozy sweater. It is absolutely perfect for this time of year if you are not in Alabama. So Christmas Day here is going to be in the 70s because I live in Alabama, and the weather in Alabama can never make up its mind. But here's to hoping it will be cold again this winter, and if it is, I will most definitely be wearing this sweater again. It is such a pretty red color. Obviously, you can wear it many times throughout the year, not just Christmas season, but it was just a really special project to have on my hook for a little bit in December, and then, of course, to wear it throughout the month as well. So, anyway, this mannequin over here, you can barely see it, but this is a Christmas sweater that I have made in the past. And it is actually the Sanguine sweater by Morgan of More Thunder. She's another one of my absolute favorite makers and designers. And it is traditionally color work. So all I did was take the numbers from that pattern and turned it into a striped sweater instead of a color work sweater. So it was really fun to do that. I will spin the camera so that you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, it was really special to make that project. I did that a couple of years ago. And yeah, it was really fun. Christmas sweaters are really, really special. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope that it has brought you a little bit of inspiration as to what you can maybe make for gifts if that's something that you enjoy doing in the coming year. Of course, don't take this as pressure to hand make all of your gifts, because I know that it is a lot of work. But like I said, it's one of my absolute favorite things to do for other people and to show them that I love and care about them. And I thought you all might feel the same way. So regardless, I hope you enjoyed seeing all of these projects. If nothing else, maybe it gives you some ideas of what you can make yourself in the next coming months, which should be very exciting. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have an amazing new year with you and yours. And I cannot wait to see everything that 2022 has in store. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, happy making. Thanks for watching. Bye.